Hello everyone, my name is Sanjna, and in today's video, I want to talk about the personal finance advice that I've received in the past growing up and advice that I've seen on the internet which I personally disagree with. So let's break this down. 1. Investing into stocks is the only way forward. We hear it time and time again that investing your money into long-term investments like index funds is a great way to build wealth whilst you're working your 9-to-5 job. However, relying on those ETFs or stocks whilst working your 9-to-5 job will have you working your job for a very long time. Especially if you're on a lower income, it can take you even longer to reap the benefits. Therefore, your priority shouldn't be how quickly you can put your money into the stock market, but rather how quickly you can invest in yourself, like investing into courses, in learning about personal finance, and figuring out alternative sources of wealth generation like passive income or starting up a business. This alone will actually generate you more wealth and more income than the stock market alone. You will find that investing into alternative forms of assets, you'll be able to reach your longer term plans even quicker. However, if this does fail, then you still have time on your side to go back into the stock market and invest that money. Of course, an ideal scenario would be one where you invest a little bit in the stock market, but also invest those funds into perhaps businesses, ventures, or just investing it into yourself. Because the potential to have that money that's been invested into alternative forms has a better chance of taking off than the money that you've put into the stock market alone. So don't take personal finance advice around investing into ETFs or stocks at face value, because you need to be able to think about it whether alternative forms of investing can actually provide you with a better result. 2. Hustle culture. Because of social media and the internet, we are made to believe that only hustling can allow you to achieve all your dreams, like buying that car, buying your dream house. But what is hustle culture? Hustle culture is essentially where you continue working long hours, day and night, just for it to lead to burnout. How does this sound like a good idea? The danger that lies here is that you think you're working 12 to 14-hour days, which you think might be productive and perhaps efficient as well, but this isn't true. There will be times where you think that you're not getting anywhere and the dreaded burnout will really get to you. Instead, you should think of it like a sprint. So sprint for a good 2 to 3 months and then perhaps take a holiday so that you can relax, re-energize, get your creative juices flowing, and then get back into work and sprint again. This will ensure that you have the best of both worlds and you don't burn out. Another thing about the hustle mentality is that it isn't doing any justice for your health. We all know that working longer hours, working under stressful situations to meet deadlines can really have a negative impact on your mental and physical health. In fact, studies indicate that about 90% of illnesses and diseases are derived from stress-related symptoms. The increase in high blood pressure and cardiovascular diseases have been highly correlated to stress at work. So going down that hustle culture mentality might actually not work out for you and might put you out of work completely. Then you're back to square one, neither here nor there. 3. Cultural financial advice. Growing up, I was told that I didn't have to save my money or invest it, as this was not my responsibility, being the woman in the family, and I should leave this to my partner in the future years to come. Speaking to my friends and telling them about this made me realize that this was more common than I actually thought. It is advice like this which suppresses female thinking, in that we are made to feel less worthy and that we can't handle financial responsibilities, therefore we should not take ownership of it. And it is the exact reason why women feel that they are incompetent when it comes to managing money, and that finances aren't really a priority for them. It is only once the real world kicks in, when you've got a 9-to-5 job, you've got expenses, you've got short-term and long-term financial aspirations, that you start leveling up and maturing yourself when it comes to learning and understanding personal finance. However, the issue here is that once that realization does come into play and you realize that yes, you need to level up, it can sometimes be a little too late. We're all familiar with the concept of compound growth. The earlier you start, the better it is for you in the long term, so that you can build yourself a pool of funds available once it does come time to retirement. However, investing at a young age may not be possible for many. Although, regardless of your age, starting to invest today is better than not investing at all. Which is why I'm so passionate about sharing personal finance content on social media and on the internet, so that I can share with you my learnings and tips and tricks along the way, to help you in your financial journey as well. 4. Save your money. Saving your money will only take you so far. Books written by successful millionaires and entrepreneurs like Robert Kiyosaki and Naval Ravikant explain that saving your money is not going to make you rich. However, as females, our nature is to be quite risk averse. Therefore, we're always thinking of ideas of what is our plan B before jumping into an investment or a big decision. Unlike males who are more adventurous with the level of risk that they take. The issue here is that yes, you may have an income of $60,000, $70,000, and yes, you've got savings. However, everyone's got fixed bills. Fixed bills like paying utilities, paying for rent, groceries, electricity, and we all know with inflation these days, the prices of electricity are soaring through the roof. So that is only going to eat up into your savings. And you'll always find yourself paying bills. These are all factors which are outside of our control, and no matter how much we save, our savings will ultimately be depleted. So we need to look at alternative forms of investing that are beating the rate of inflation. Therefore, how I see it is that instead of penny pinching and taking up that mental capacity to find a way to save a little extra money on minute things, which won't really make a difference to me, I'm not trying to come across as rich here, but it's important to just live below your means a little. But if I were to spend 1 hour in trying to find a discount code or a coupon code online to save $50, or if I was to spend that 1 hour on researching and finding alternative forms of money making that I can do or income streams, then I'll obviously choose the latter. Of course, you can find whatever it is that you find value in than the $50 to suit your scenario. However, what I feel the shift should be that instead of trying to save as much money as possible, I think the mindset should shift to how you can make as much money as possible. This is where that growth mindset comes in, because there is a cap on how much money you can actually save, but there is no cap or no limit on how much money you can make. You may find whatever I've said in this video that you may disagree with, and that is totally fine. I would love for you to share your experience down below, as it'll be great to understand your point of view and the experiences and knowledge that you've accrued through your years of learning and experience. And it'll be great to share it with the community as well. Ultimately, it comes down to educating, learning about personal finance, immersing yourself so that you can make better financial decisions when it comes to your time. If you enjoyed this video, I've got a similar one around career advice, which I'm glad I didn't follow. I'll make sure I link that above and also down below as well. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.